When I was 16, I had a girl band with my best friend called the Inverted Nipples because it was something we were both really self-conscious about. The band itself was short-lived. I mean, we weren't in it for very long. It was one of, like, neither of us really knew how to play an instrument that well. I played the drums, she played the guitar, and it was a very fun time in our lives, but we really didn't know what we were doing. Avril Lavigne was really popular at that time. We were probably about 15, 16. When Avril Lavigne came out with Skater Boy, she had that necktie. She made the necktie thing famous. And I thought it would be really cool if I, instead of like putting it around my neck like Avril Lavigne, I would do a drummer's signature look by tying the necktie around my head. And that was Inverted Nipples. We changed our name a few times, but Inverted Nipples was probably the one that really stuck out to me. Even numbers make me uneasy, and I have no idea why. I love numbers ending in 3, with 23 being my absolute favorite number of all time. 23 is a badass number. Men in suits are a really big turn on for me. But not like those suits where, you know, it looks like they're wearing their dad's suit. I like form-fitting suits. Like formal award shows or formal dinner parties where men come dressed in, you know, suits. That's like my own personal Playboy heaven. Playgirl heaven? I guess that's what it would be. That is my heaven. I don't know what it is. Men in suits turn me on. My version of women in lingerie, which also turned me on. The longest I've ever talked on the phone was to my high school boyfriend. We talked for 12 hours. And I remember he got grounded when his parents got the phone bill. I'm sorry, Chris's parents. I really liked your son. Karma Chameleon by Culture Club is my guilty pleasure song. That song does not fail to make me happy. I love that song. If you've seen the low carb video thing that I posted like a couple videos before this, you'll know that I'm not a very picky eater. Like, I eat a lot of things and weird combination of things, but the one thing I cannot stand is arugula. I think arugula is the most disgusting thing I've ever had in my entire life. Actually, next to durian, which I didn't know existed until I went on my Southeast Asia trip. But durian is also really gross. Even people who say they like durian don't like durian. It tastes like somebody threw up in a pot and it sprouted into a tree and bared fruit. It's gross. It smells like puke, it tastes like puke. When I was a kid, I was almost kidnapped twice. One by an American and once by a Japanese guy. To this day, after 800 and something plus Pokemon, as of 2019, Psyduck is still my favorite Pokemon of all time.
Get over here, you're on our side! Psyduck.
He is just the best Pokemon there ever was. I don't have a lot of regrets in life. I try my best not to live a life full of regrets, and if something negative happens in my life, I look at it as an opportunity to kind of learn from it and grow. But the one thing that I still regret to this day is when the GameCube came out, I gave away my prized N64, and let me tell you something. This N64 I got for Christmas. I had hella amazing childhood memories on it. My dad played with me on the N64. My aunt played Pokemon Puzzle League with me on the N64. Like, it had amazing games. I absolutely loved that N64, and I bet you most 90s kids will agree that N64 was probably one of the best consoles ever made in our generation. I had so many good memories on the N64. I mean, I was a latchkey kid. So when I came back from school or whatever, N64 was like my babysitter. I loved that thing, and I just gave it away. Like it was some piece of worthless trash to somebody who I thought was my best friend who stopped talking to me soon after that. And that memory, that to this day still stings. I know my boyfriend's always like, oh, we can always get another N64, they're not that much. I'm like, you don't understand. That N64 was life. I loved that N64. My favorite actor is Gene Wilder, and I cried for a few days after I found out he passed away.
A man drink like that and he don't eat, he is going to die.
When?
I dropped out of school in 3rd grade, and then I went back for 8th grade. Yeah, and then I dropped out again in 10th grade. I did eventually get my high school diploma through like an online correspondence course when I was 20. But if we were to calculate like the amount of time I spent in school between elementary to high school, I would say 5 years out of 12 years I actually attended school. Like I said, I did get my high school diploma. I completed 4 years worth of high school in 2 years and got my diploma, but I didn't really get an education. I've never been in an accident that was my fault, which is really surprising. Like, I'll even admit, because I'm a very aloof driver. I have some kind of aura protecting me because there are so many moments where I'm like, I'm surprised I didn't get in a car accident. But the 2 times that I did almost crash the car was because there was a spider in my windshield, because I'm very arachnophobic. But I will get mad if somebody kills a spider when I ask them to get rid of them, because I don't care how disgusting spiders look. They are still living creatures and deserve to live, just not inside my house. Outside, please. Well, I thought this video would take a lot longer, but it didn't. So there you have it, 13 things about me you probably didn't know. Let me know in the comments below if there are things on this list that you can relate to. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.